Hello and welcome to the Carla Knits podcast. Today's video I have a special guest. This is my husband Jeff. He has joined us on the podcast one time before in December of 2022 when we both played a piano duet for you. And today's video he has agreed to join me. Let me give a little backstory.
I'm sweating.
Let me give a little backstory about what we're going to do today. So this is something that came about in the knitting podcast about 5 or 6 years ago, and it was called the Fiber Friends Tag. And the idea was to ask your husband or your boyfriend or significant other knitting questions and just see what they answered. So I remember seeing several of these years ago, and I did a little bit of review. And so I looked at Suburban Stitcher's video and Tabia's Knitting. And so those are the two that I kind of pulled the questions from for this time. So if any of you out there would like to do this with your husband or boyfriend or significant other and have fun, I welcome you to do it. If you want to share it on your podcast, that would be great. Make sure to tag me so that I can see. But we're going to go ahead and get started. I will let Jeff introduce himself and tell what he does. We know he's my husband. Thank you for being here.
Yeah. Well, she already introduced me.
Yeah.
So I'm Jeff. I teach music at a local university here in our town, and that's me.
Yeah. So he teaches music. So he is an organ instructor, and he teaches music theory, and he directs a choir, and he is a prolific composer. Prolific composer as well. So thank you. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Jeff did not have any rehearsal with these questions. In fact, he asked where are the questions, and I showed him my sheet, which is front and back, and he's like, oh boy.
And I didn't know them ahead of time,
He
which
did
makes
not.
me really nervous.
So we're gonna have fun.
All right.
Okay.
Good luck.
Yes, good luck to you.
All right, good luck.
So first question, how long have I been knitting?
Okay, let's see. Well, you started with your Aunt Sylvia when you were little.
But that wasn't knitting.
Oh, see, I already got one wrong. That was crocheting.
That was crocheting.
Okay, never mind. Then since second take, since Jenna was in preschool.
That was still crocheting.
Dang. Shortly after that.
How many years would you guess that I've been knitting?
15.
It's been since 2013.
Oh, that's way off.
That's okay. 2013 is when the yarn store opened in our area, and I was a crocheter, big time crocheter up till that point, so you knew I was doing something with yarn. But yes, it was when the knitting store opened in our town. Hi, Joanne. And that's when I learned to knit with the knitting ladies.
Gotcha.
2013.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, that's 1 for you, 0 for me.
It's okay. No scoring. It's okay.
Oh, good.
It's okay. What is your favorite thing that I have knit for you?
For me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she makes me a lot of socks, which are great in the wintertime.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's good. Have I knit you anything else?
Hats, but maybe that's crochet.
No, they were knit.
Okay.
That's okay.
Scarves, but maybe that's
crochet.
Okay, I got that right.
So
right.
socks, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I gift Jeff a pair of socks every December, usually in his Christmas stocking.
And they're great.
Thank you. Okay, what is your favorite or the coolest thing I've ever knit in general? So something that I've knit that you thought, well, that's really neat.
I guess I'd have to say some of the sweaters that have like little pattern things in them.
Ooh, okay.
You know,
Okay.
Little design sort of things.
Oh, that's
whatever
impressive.
you call that.
That's called Fair Isle knitting. So that's really good.
I don't know what it's called, but it's kind
No,
of neat.
that is kind of neat. Yeah,
Okay.
that's
All
pretty
right.
cool. Hey, good answer.
Thank you very much.
If you could have me make you anything, what would it be?
Oh.
And this is knitting, not baking. Jeff likes baked goods, so he would say, "Make me a coffee cake or a pie." But if I could knit you anything, what would you have?
I guess I'd have to pick a sweater.
A sweater. I have not knit Jeff a sweater yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. I don't know. Do you want me to knit you a sweater sometime?
Well, you know, Christmas is coming up. So.
Oh, I would have had to get started a long time ago. Okay, so the next question kind of goes with that. If I knit you a sweater that was hideous, would you tell me?
No way.
Would you wear it?
Of course.
Good answer.
Be like the puffy shirt.
You have to wear it.
Yeah, right.
Seinfeld reference. Yeah. I guess if I knit you a hideous sweater, I would probably know it was hideous, though.
Probably. You're much more visually aware than I am. So.
Okay. Okay. Hey, you're doing good, I think, so far. Right. Let's see. Would you go to a fiber festival with me?
The yarn convention?
Like a big yarn convention. I've always talked about like going to.
That's what I used to call them when she would go to these things. I'd call it the yarn convention.
But I haven't been to like any of the major ones. There used to be one in Nebraska, in Scotts Bluff, hosted by the Brown Sheep Yarn Company that some of my in-person knitting friends and I went to. And so that was very small scale. So I'm talking about like the big one in Rhinebeck, New York that I've talked about, or going to a big one in New York.
Rhinebeck, New York?
Chicago, yeah.
Is that near Cooperstown?
Baseball.
And I could go to the Hall of Fame, you know.
I actually don't really know, but would you go to the Fiber Festival with me? Would you look at yarn and look at the animals? Would you enjoy doing that, or would you?
Would I enjoy it? No, probably not.
Would you go with me?
Well, you're getting me on record now. Sure.
Sure. Or you might want to find your own thing to do.
Maybe, yeah.
Because I probably would want to spend days there.
Yeah.
I don't know that you'd like that.
I could see it in about 5 minutes.
Oh, 5 minutes. Can you imagine 5 minutes at Rhinebeck? I can't. So do any of your husbands go to yarn festivals with you? I would be curious to know. Yeah. Can you explain the difference between knitting and crocheting?
Ooh, trick question. I know that knitting has 2 hooks. No. Needles.
Knitting has 2 needles.
And crochet has 1.
Has 1 hook. Yeah, has 1 hook.
Yeah, things that you hold in your hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you like to share a crochet hook story about your wife from a long time ago? You can.
You're talking about the one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is like probably one of the first things that she crocheted after we got married.
Yeah.
And it was like some big thing. I don't even know what it was, but she had this big gigantic hook and it was driving her nuts, and she sort of takes and whips it across the room and it goes clanking into the kitchen, and she goes pouting off, "I can't do this."
Yes. Do any of you get that frustrated with your crafts? And if you watch,
I don't think she's done that since.
Maybe not that bad.
No.
But I do get frustrated.
Of course.
Right. And I did share on my last podcast about my frustrations.
Right.
So that's okay. That's good.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Here are some abbreviations related to knitting. Do you know these? Now, some of them you might. Some of them I wouldn't expect.
Right.
F-O.
This is a family show.
Okay, we might have to delete that.
Well, you're the one that answered.
This has to do with knitting.
All right, I'll do that part again then.
No, we can keep going.
Oh, okay.
So F-O.
No.
No, finished object.
Oh, okay.
Like when I do my podcast, I share my finished objects.
Okay.
Okay, how about H-O?
Half finished object.
Half object. That's very good.
Okay.
And so that would refer to
something that's not done.
Right. Well, like socks, you have one sock done but not the other,
Oh.
or one mitten and not the other.
All right.
That makes sense. Okay.
Okay.
UFO.
Out in outer space.
Yeah. No.
An unidentified finished object that you don't know what it's going to be. It didn't turn out like you wanted it to. You can't identify it.
Okay. That's actually a really good answer, because sometimes maybe that's what my projects end up looking like. But
What is this?
It's an unfinished object.
Oh.
Unfinished
Well,
object.
shouldn't that just be UO?
Unfinished object. Yeah,
That's
maybe.
one word.
Yeah, this is, hey, these
okay.
aren't my original
All right.
questions. Okay.
All right.
MCN.
MCN. No, pass.
No, that's okay. Merino cashmere nylon.
Oh, I would have never gotten that.
No, that's okay. How about WIP? WIP.
Oh, I know that.
Okay.
Works in progress.
Works in progress or work in
Yeah,
progress.
yeah.
Very good. I
know that one.
Very good. All right. How about BFL?
BFL. No, pass.
Pass. I did say he could pass on these, but you're doing okay so far.
right.
Blue-faced Leicester. It's a breed of sheep. It's okay. It's okay.
I was thinking best friend something,
Well, yeah.
but that wasn't it.
Last one. LYS.
Lion Yarn Sheep brand.
Lion shirt.
Isn't there a lion yarn?
Yep. He's thinking of Lion brand yarn. But
Oh.
LYS stands for local yarn store.
Oh, I was way off.
That's okay. But you were thinking. You're thinking about yarn. Okay.
Well, that's what you're talking about.
Well,
Of course
I know.
I'm thinking.
Well, you're sorry. Can you tell we haven't rehearsed this?
No.
This is completely off the cuff. Name the different weights of yarn.
Oh no.
We have talked about this way in the past before.
Yes.
Let's see how many he gets.
I know one because I had to go. I went into a store to buy some once.
What was it?
And it's. I got to think about this. It's finger ring, not fingerling like the potatoes.
Yes. Yes, he always used to call it fingerling yarn. And I said, no, it's not like the potatoes, but fingering weight
Fingering.
yarn. And what do I typically use that
Socks.
for? Yes, very good.
I know that.
So that's one weight of yarn. There are several more.
Is worsted wool? Is that
Or
one?
worsted weight yarn.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
a
two.
heavier one.
Should
Yeah.
have brought a bell. I could
That's
ring
okay.
a bell.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank after that.
Nothing else? Okay. So smaller than fingering weight yarn is lace weight.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't have got that.
That's
Like
some of the
little-
mohair, the
little
fuzzy,
doily kind of things.
or sure, doily yarn.
Okay.
That could be sure. So lace weight, and then see, I want to say fingerling now.
No, it's not
Fingering
fingerling.
weight, sport weight.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
have you heard of that one?
No.
And I don't really knit with sport weight, so that's
Why I haven't heard of it.
Right. DK weight,
Oh yeah, Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong.
I can't believe I forgot that one.
DK weight.
Yeah, just like Donkey Kong.
It actually stands for double knit, but
Oh,
it's
wow.
DK weight, and then worsted weight. Yes, you're right. And then there's Aran weight, which might be a little thicker, and there's bulky weight
There's a lot of them.
and super bulky or chunky. So lots of yarn weights, but you got a couple. That was
Okay,
good.
I got two.
That was good. All right.
That's like 25%. That's
Yeah,
pretty good.
well, that's pretty good.
Okay.
Since you already did this, you might get this. Can you name any yarn companies or indie dyers?
Well, there's the Lion brand.
Yep, so that's a yarn company.
Yarn.
Yeah.
You already talked about the one out in western Nebraska. But I was going to say black sheep, but that's not it. Brown sheep.
That's very good.
That's good.
Yeah.
And indie dyers.
Do you know what an indie dyer is?
Independent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
dyer.
so a lot of what's on my shelf. No, but you can't look at the names.
Can't look. Well, let's see. There's your friend from Muskegon,
Yes. What's her name?
Danny.
Yeah. Hi, Danny. If
Hello.
you're watching, do you remember what her yarn company's called?
No, sorry.
Lumberjack.
Oh, lumberjack.
For the area. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's pretty good. That's
Okay.
that's
All
good.
right, all right.
That's good. All right. Okay. Here we go.
Oh, it's getting harder.
No, I just don't know if I
I'm
want to
good.
ask him this one.
Oh.
How much does an average skein of indie dyed yarn cost?
$30.
That's pretty good. Back when I started buying indie dyed yarn, I would have said between like 22 and 28. And I did a Google search on this, and it came up with anywhere between $21.60, which is very low, to $38.
Oh, so I hit it right in the middle.
So you did hit it right in the middle.
Right.
Very good.
All right.
Very
good.
good.
Not bad.
All right. If I asked you to buy yarn for me, what would you do?
Ask somebody in the store for help.
So you would go to a store?
Well, I suppose, probably.
Yeah. And so he...
Wouldn't you?
Yeah. So you did go to Arizona.
Yeah, I went into a yarn store when I was visiting my dad in Tempe.
Yeah.
And my dad and I were sort of standing there going like this. And this nice woman came up and said, "Do you guys need some help?" And we said, "Yes."
So what did you tell her?
I said, "Well, you were looking for something locally dyed that you could make socks with." And she said, "Oh, it will be any of these right here." I said, "Great."
So Jeff did bring me back a skein of yarn from that yarn store. It was a purple yarn, and it was a Yak Marino blend. So that was a different blend of yarn that I'd ever had. So that was really cool.
Yak.
Yak. So very cool.
It's just fun to say yak.
It is fun. It is fun. Okay. I don't know if you've had to do this before, but how do you explain me being a knitter to other people?
How do I explain it?
Yeah. Have you ever had to explain to somebody?
Oh, there's no explaining it.
What does that
It's
mean?
all too real. I don't know. You have to explain it? I don't know.
So you've never had to explain to other people?
No.
They haven't said, "What's wrong with your wife?" What does she do?
Well.
Okay.
It's a different question.
That's okay. Has anyone ever said, this is kind of going along, but has anyone ever said anything to you about my knitting? Like behind my back that I wouldn't have heard? It doesn't have to be positive or negative.
Oh.
It doesn't matter. Has anybody ever said anything?
Oh, well, yeah, I guess just if they know you knit.
Okay. If they know I knit?
Like, yeah.
Like who?
Like students of mine that also know Carla, and they'll say, "Oh, she's a knitter, right?" And I say, "Oh, yeah."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Is that what
that's
you're
good.
looking for?
Sure. That's
Yeah.
great. That's great.
Yeah.
Yes. We both work at the same college
Yeah.
together, so.
She's upstairs, I'm downstairs.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Does it embarrass you when I knit in public?
No,
So,
I just expect that you're going to do it.
okay. So can you remember times when I have knit in public?
Well, there's so many. I don't know.
I guess I think of like when the boys used to play baseball and I would bring
Oh,
my knitting
yeah.
along to baseball games. Did that embarrass you?
No, it's just what you did.
I wonder if it embarrassed the boys. Probably.
No, I don't know.
I don't know.
They're busy doing their thing. They're not paying attention.
That's okay.
But she's sitting there in the 95-degree heat with this yarn all over her place.
Yeah.
But she's got to keep
You
knitting.
got to keep knitting.
Yeah.
I guess you've already touched on this. What do I knit the most of?
Socks.
Socks. Yes.
We have so many socks.
So many socks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Sometime I will have to take you on a tour of my socks and maybe share Jeff's drawer of socks too.
It'll be a long one.
It'll be a long video.
Yeah.
Okay, this might be a loaded question.
Oh, aren't they all?
Well, I don't know. I think you're doing great. What do you
All right.
guys think?
All right.
On a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being the lowest,
All right.
5 being highest, how would you rate my knitting level?
Compared to what?
No, just what? How do you think? What do you think my knitting level is?
You mean in terms of
My scale.
quality or
Sure.
quantity or?
Well, quantity, yeah, I'm crazy, but quality, my abilities.
I'd say 5.
Oh, good answer. No, I wasn't looking for that.
Well,
but
I really don't know. Because I have nothing. I really have nothing to compare
no, that's
it to.
true. Well, I would say if 5 was a
think-
really advanced knitter, I would not say I'm an advanced knitter. I would give myself a 4, maybe a low 4.
You're good, but you're not great.
well, that's what I would say. I'm good, but I'm not great. Yes. But I work hard at it, and I do it a lot. Yes.
That's for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, things you made haven't fallen apart yet, so I figure that's something good, right?
Well, I guess that's true. We hope they don't fall apart.
So that's got to be pretty good.
Well, yeah, that's true.
It's better than I could do.
Oh, see, Jeff has not learned to knit yet. I've always asked him, does he want to learn how to knit? Do you want to learn how to knit? And what do you say?
She wouldn't like the way I do it.
Because he knows, like, I'm a perfectionist, and I probably would maybe be too critical. Yeah, and Mom, if you're watching, hi Mom, when my mom and I learned to cross stitch at the same time, I was a teenager, obviously. My mom was older than me, and I was a little, I was a little perfectionist about it. So, yeah, I guess Jeff has a valid point there. But I still think he could learn to knit. Have you ever done any crafts as a kid?
Well, I guess I used to do those hook rugs.
Latch hooking.
Back in the 70s.
Woohoo, the 70s.
Yeah. Still have a couple things I made.
Yes,
too.
we do.
Yeah.
That's cool. Very cool. Very cool. What is the best thing about me being a knitter? Do you have a best thing?
Double mortgage. I'm kidding. Okay.
So we're back again. Jeff did not expect my reaction. I do get a little, like, if something strikes me as funny, I do kind of go crazy, and I actually did spit my water out. So the question was, what is the best thing about me being a knitter? I guess I would think that may have been the worst thing about me being a knitter.
Yeah, I know. It didn't make any sense, but...
It was just surprising. So I think he's telling me I should go buy more yarn. If that's the best thing.
No.
Okay, so what's the best thing about me being
we get
a
to
knitter?
gaze on all this beauteousness.
Oh.
You see? Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's cool that she makes so many things for so many people that she cares about. So I think that's neat.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you look at the what do you call it on the Ravelry?
The Ravelry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look at like all your works that
Project
you made.
page.
Projects. Yeah.
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 That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's cool to
Well,
see all
thank
that.
you. Thank you, hon. Okay, so now, what is the worst thing about me
See,
being
we should
a
have
knitter?
edited that out. I could have said
okay.
double mortgage right there.
Now, we do not have 2 mortgages.
No.
So
Yet.
Yet. Funny guy right here. So what's the worst thing about me being a knitter? And you can be honest.
I
honest as you want to be.
don't know. I don't know if there is a worse thing.
Okay.
Other than you have a lot of yarn.
Okay.
But I guess all y'all have a lot of yarn too, maybe.
Woohoo! All right. What is something you wish I did as much as knitting? And keep it friendly. Keep it clean. What is something you wish I did as much as knitting?
I don't know. Pass.
Pass. Good answer. I guess I would say clean the house, maybe.
See, I'm not gonna say that.
He's not gonna say that on YouTube, but
No,
yes, I do. I'm very honest.
Me.
No, I'm not. I'm not trying to trap him, but yeah, I would rather knit than do anything. So
That's true.
so our house tends to get a little dusty and everything, but yeah. So I guess that's what I would have thought he might have said. That's okay.
Yeah, I can't say that.
That's okay.
You can say it.
I can say it. Good answer. Do you think I am a product or process knitter? And do you know what that means?
Oh, I can think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, making the musical equivalent here in my mind. You know.
Okay.
I guess you're both. I'd say you're some of both because you have this finished product in mind and you of course want to get there, but you're a real persnickety about the details along the way.
Okay, persnickety about the details, yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, you want to make sure you get it right.
Right. So some people describe being a process knitter, they just enjoy the pure act of sitting there knitting. So
well, and you do that. Yeah.
I do.
I'd
I
say
do.
that's you too.
I do enjoy that. I do enjoy the process. It sometimes relaxes me. Sometimes causes me anxiety, but that's okay.
Mostly relaxing.
Mostly relaxes me. But I would say I lean a little more towards product knitter, because if there's something I really want to knit it, and I want a finished object.
Yeah, I guess your definition of process was a little different than mine.
Yeah,
so.
That's okay. Okay, so maybe we touched on this. How do fiber crafts help me?
How do they help you?
How do they help me?
You like it.
I like it, yeah.
It relaxes you.
It relaxes me,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If she doesn't have something going in her hands, she gets very agitated.
That's true.
She's been known to pull out yarn when we get stopped by a train outside of our town. You know, these trains kind of come by and you got to wait for a while because sometimes they're long. So she's taking yarn out and moving.
Yes. I really can't sit still without having something in my hands to work on. Yes. So when we watch TV at night, I have to be working on something. And this is something I thought maybe you would have said about, you know, sometimes you wish I would just sit there and watch a movie with you and hold hands instead of being crazy.
Oh, I gave up on that a long time ago.
Oh, I should do that, shouldn't I, for
Nah.
Jeff? I'm sorry. Okay, this one's a little morbid, but
Oh no.
it's okay. If I die tomorrow, what would you do with my stash? So the stash is here, and it's in the dresser over here, dresser over there.
There's that much?
Corner, drawers.
Any up in the attic?
No, there is not. So it's mostly contained in here.
Oh, okay.
It is mostly
it all
contained
fits
in
in
here.
one room.
Yeah. So what would you do with it? What would you do?
I don't know.
Would you keep it?
I could make a video and ask you all if you wanted it.
Oh, so you would generously gift it away.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah. Or who would you talk to?
Lois.
Hi,
Lois. Hi, Joanne.
Yeah. Any of my knitting friends
Yeah.
probably could help you out there. Yeah. That's good. That's good. What do you think about the size of my yarn stash?
See, I thought it was only the stuff on the shelf behind it, but I've recently learned that's not really the case.
Oh.
It seems a bit excessive, but again, I have nothing to compare it to.
So yeah, what do you guys think? What do you think of the size of my yarn stash? Is it excessive? I'm sure some of you have just as much, if not more, and some of you have less. So it's just kind of a personal thing.
I suppose so.
So, but you know that this year I'm doing like a low buy, or he says no buy year for yarn.
Low buy.
Yes. So let me explain this to him, what low buy. I said I wasn't just going to go crazy buying yarn this year, but if my friends and I went like to a yarn store, if we had a special shopping trip, I would allow myself to buy yarn if there was a special project or something that it was for.
I see.
But I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, it's good.
Right. Oh, it's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
It's good.
Well, you know, our daughter's in college, so.
But Jeff has treated me to yarn 2 times this year. Do you remember? The first time was
Mother's Day and her birthday.
yes.
Yeah.
So for Mother's Day, we were in Michigan, and he took me to the yarn store, and he even came in the yarn store
In Holland.
in Holland, Michigan.
Yeah.
Yep. And then for my birthday, he gifted me the what store?
Lion Brand
Gift card, and
'Cause she wanted to make a special project,
yes.
but that one didn't it didn't. The yarn didn't want to be that project. I don't know if you've talked about that
Well,
yet. But
they know.
maybe that's on a next episode.
That's okay. You all know how frustrated I was in my last episode. And one of those frustrations was about that crochet sweater. So the sweater that shall not be named. We are going to talk about that in the next
Well, stay tuned.
regular podcast. Okay.
I gave it away. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Spoiler alert.
This kind of goes along a little bit. Do I need to be on a yarn diet?
A yarn diet?
Yeah, that's what they call it.
Well, there's a lot of yarn here, yeah.
So maybe, yeah. So I guess,
But
continue.
you're doing very well this year,
you.
using up what's all hidden around here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So do you think I should continue this next year?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You support that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at this point, yes, I feel like I am going to continue this stashing down. So reducing the size of my stash using the beautiful yarns that I already have. This might be a dangerous question. We only have a couple more. Do you have a guess as to how much my stash is worth?
You're talking like retail?
Sure.
I don't know. I'm afraid to guess.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? No.
What, you don't want to guess?
I don't know. I don't even know how much is up there. And then she's got all these other places where she's got it stashed too. There's more yarn in the house than I know.
Yeah. Well, it's priceless to me. So.
Of course. Right. It's like a family heirloom.
It is. Are my kids going to want my yarn? Are they going to want my yarn?
No.
Or yarn products?
No.
No. One last question. What do you think about me being a podcaster or YouTuber? Knitting YouTuber.
She loves it.
I do. It's
She
really
does.
fun.
She's had so much fun making these podcasts,
Videos, yeah.
videos. That's the word. Thank you. And getting to meet new people and interacting with people from all over the globe, really. Which she said, if only there was a way to make money doing it.
That's a plug for the monetization. Monetization.
No, but she just really loves it. So thanks to you all for watching.
Aw, thank you guys. So thank you, Jeff, for joining us today. That wasn't too bad, was it?
It wasn't too bad.
Was it kind of fun?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's only a couple of questions that were sort of like it could be a trap.
No trap. Well, you were a very good sport. I appreciate you being here. And if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing to this channel. Maybe we'll get Jeff back at another time for something. But thank you all for watching. And we'll see you in the next podcast really soon. Bye-bye. Okay.
And then what do I do? Do I look up there? Do I wave?
Oh, if you want, but it's just those two. So you don't want to look directly in the mirror there.
Don't look in the mirror.
You'd rather look there.
Yeah, look over there.
Okay.
All right.